The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. 42 yards rushing for him now, his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
Well, I have to say, in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off. A pretty decent game.
They get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now try to pick it up on 3rd. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they are a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Seahawks at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 4.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he's got Smith-Njigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 31 yards. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Howell down to throw it. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's bolted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Smith. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
That is taken in by the tight end Finn. But he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the one.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good within the line and finish in the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Al throwing on first down here. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be knocked to the turf right there as he gets it up to the... One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Powell. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. Gets around him, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 2. Sticking with Walker on second down. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap for Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Clear the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Myers connects on the PAT. And the round is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing here, Howell. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Now Gino. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense. This time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. I would say it might be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. 4th down, Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Howell out of the shotgun. That one caught by the tight end Bates. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Washington.
Off play action. It's Howell. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete that.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Howell changing the play here. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Smith, this throw finds Smith and Jigman. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 4. Smith now to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Now a 2nd and 10. And Howe will throw it. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Howe from the gun. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drive right to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break up much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Howell down to... Howell throwing on first down here. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Second and 10. And once more, Howe back to the air. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Just what they need, a lecture from me. The subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing to turn with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Howe. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now, 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Byron Pringle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progression.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Kyler Fackrell, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a place to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Powell. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so sound.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Howell. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. 4th down, Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. First down, Howell to throw. Buying time to his left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And brought. Before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st down, Howell. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they start some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Here's Howell. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is in a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. Throwing is Smith. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And that is going to do it. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 1. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pick up there at 20 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Off play action. It's Howell. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen. despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Getting this into the hands of Turner. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a 3rd and 6. Now they go play action with Howell. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
4th down, Howell, desperation time. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing here, Howell. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll set up the screen for Gibson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Howell, 3rd and goal. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging them, giving a little dab. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
A very solid gain of 27. First and 10 at Charbonnet. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And some space. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as he just added on to that big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now throwing on 1st down here. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Howell down to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, he it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Another throw for Howell. He'll be hit and taken down at the 20-line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So here we go, 4th down. Howell. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. 114 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
2nd down, here's Charbonnet.
And not a whole lot to speak of there, so bring him down shy of the 20.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 2. On the toss to Charbonnet. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.